Hey everybody! Today I am going to be filming another nail tutorial, and this is going to be a leopard nail tutorial, so I think that's going to be really fun. My last nail tutorial that I did was the tie-dye nail tutorial, and everybody seemed to like that pretty much, so I thought maybe another one would be a good way to go. I didn't really have any ideas, so thought maybe another nail tutorial would be fun. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into what you're going to need for the tutorial, and I will show you how easy it is to get leopard nails. Thanks for watching. Okay, so as far as the polishes are concerned, you can really use whatever color combination that you want. I'm going to be doing like a purple nail with the dark spots and then like a white highlight. So what I'm going to be using is OPI called Meet Me on the Star Fairy. It's kind of like a shimmery plum purple color. And then for the spots, I'm going to be using Sinful Colors Polish in What's Your Name. So this is kind of, it's not really black, you can obviously use black if you want, but it's like a dark teal shimmer color. And then of course you're going to need some white for the highlight, and this is just Sally Hansen Hard as Nails white tip color. And then you're going to need a top coat, and this is just Sally Hansen Super Shine top coat. So you can use whatever top coat that you want, but you're going to need at least 4 colors. You're going to need your base color, which I'm using this one. This is going to make the spots, and then this is going to be the center or the highlight of the spots. So you can use whatever color combinations that you want, but those are the ones that I'm going to be using. And let me go ahead and tell you what else you're going to need. You're going to need a really thin paintbrush to make the highlight spots, and you're going to need a paper plate to pour a little bit of the nail polish out so that you can do the detail work. Okay, I think that's all, and we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so sorry about the mess, but this is my little crafting table. So the first thing that you want to do is take the first color and paint that over your whole hand just to lay down your base coat. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to want to do for this tutorial is to take your dark color, and you're going to want to put a little bit of that onto a paper plate so you can pick it up to make the spots. So just make sure you dab enough on there. You can always add more if you need it. Now that you have that, what you're going to want to need to get or find or whatever. Oh, is that in view? Okay. It's just like a little craft paintbrush. It's pretty thin at the end. It's a 74. So just find whatever you have, but it needs to be fairly thin so that you can make the little shapes on your nail. Okay, so what you're going to do is basically pick up a little bit of the color on your paintbrush, and then all you're going to do is make little C shapes with the dark color. So you can see I have one C shape on my thumb, and just try to fit as many as you can onto your nail. And just remember that they don't have to be perfect because it's a cheetah, and you know, they're not perfect. So you should have something that looks kind of like that, and just go ahead and repeat that on all of your nails. And that's why it's so important to use a really thin brush, because you really need to get in there and do all the little detail work. So that's what you should have. Go ahead and repeat it on the rest of your nails, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so once you finish, you should have something that looks like this, and you want to make sure that that dries completely before you move on to the next step. Okay, now that you've let your nails dry, you're going to go ahead and take the white polish and dot out a little bit like you did with the dark polish, and there we go, that should be enough. Whoa. And you're going to take your brush again, and it's stained a little bit on the end, but obviously you want to clean it off and make sure it's, you know, ready before you dip it into another color. But you're just going to pick up a little bit of the white. Whoa. And then all you're going to do is fill in the middle of the C shapes that you created. Now, I didn't really get enough polish on my brush that time. But there you go. You can kind of see that one. And I'm just going to go around doing this to all the little C shapes that you created on all of your nails. And like I said before, even with the C shape, this doesn't have to be perfect. So that one was kind of big, but whatever. You basically just want to fill in the little area. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the rest of my nails. And then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so now that you have them filled in, it should look something like that. And you are almost complete with this nail look. Go ahead and let that dry completely before you move on to the next step. Okay, so now that you've let your nails dry completely, I'm going to stress that completely because they will mess up once you go to put your top coat on if they're not dried completely. But the next thing that you're going to do is just take whatever top coat you want to use and go ahead and apply that to set everything and to keep it from chipping. You don't want to let all that hard work go to waste. And then last one. I feel like too, when you add the top coat, it kind of makes everything pop a little bit. So it makes the design just stand out that much more. But anyway, that's what it looks like, and go ahead and let that dry.